Welcome to episode 7 of my Special Ops Challenge Guide series. Today's episode covers the Triple Slide Stop Challenge. Get 3 kills in a row using the last bullet in a clip. The reward for completing this challenge is an animated calling card that looks like it was pulled straight out of the Last Samurai movie. Luckily, this challenge isn't all that difficult. Most of you probably have a general idea of how to complete it, but I actually know of 4 methods that can get the job done. I'm going to cover the 4 ways to accomplish this in order from hardest to easiest. Now, the hardest way to do this challenge is perhaps the most bizarre. I enlisted the help of a friend of mine, fellow YouTuber AManNamedStar. He makes some amazing content on his channel, and I highly suggest checking him out. You can find a link to his channel in the description. I should mention that we tested almost every way imaginable to complete this challenge, which is how this method was found. For instance, we tried having 1 bullet left in the clip and letting score streaks get 3 kills, but this didn't work. We also tried getting 3 melee kills with 1 bullet left, which also didn't count. Upon attempting rig payloads, however, one of them actually did work. If you use the striker rig, he has a payload called the micro turret. For whatever reason, this counts as if you were shooting your own gun. In order for it to register though, you still need to have 1 bullet left in whatever weapon you're using. As far as I know, this will only work in the hardcore mode. If you've used Striker's micro turret before in core mode, you'll already know that it's wank on the cob. In hardcore though, it's a different story. It kills in 1 bullet, which is probably why it counts for this challenge. So while you're playing hardcore, once you earn the micro turret, simply shoot whatever weapon you're holding down to 1 bullet. This is made easier with the weapon that displays your ammo count on the actual gun, since you can't see your ammo count in hardcore otherwise. Once you're at 1 bullet, deploy your micro turret and go hide somewhere. If you're lucky enough that your micro turret can score 3 kills without you dying, you'll be rewarded with the challenge complete. As I said, this is definitely the hardest way to achieve this challenge. However, there's not much work on your end that needs to be done. Everyone eventually earns the micro turret in a match, and anyone can get down to 1 bullet. So just lucking into 3 kills in a row while staying alive isn't very difficult. Even the most noobiest of boobies can eventually complete it this way. The next method is the way I actually completed the challenge, but at the time it was the only method I knew of. This again involves the hardcore mode, since one-shot kills are a lot easier to come by there. This is the method I assume most people will have used or at least tried. Simply go into hardcore, shoot your weapon of choice down to 1 bullet, and cautiously get a kill. Then repeat this 2 more times. Now obviously you don't want to try this with a weapon that has a ton of ammo. Again, you can't see your ammo count unless your weapon displays it. The best choice of weapon to do this is either the Rack 9 or the S-Ravage shotgun. The Rack 9 without extended mags has 9 shells in its clip, so simply fire off 8 shots and save the last one. Then seek out a person to kill. Upon getting a kill, the shotgun will then reload in full and you'll just need to repeat the process. I highly suggest sticking to narrow hallways. Despite the ease of kills in hardcore, it's still a shotgun with limited range. Now the S-Ravage has 1 less shell with 8 total, so you'd only need to fire off 7 shots each time. I've seen a lot of people suggest running overkill and also adding a sniper rifle, but this seems to be more of a hindrance. I just stick with the shotgun and ensure you play cautiously for the 3 kills. You can use those extra class points to run more perks or tactical items that can assist you, such as the dome shield. Now the next method is by far my favorite. If you're not a fan of hardcore, this one is definitely for you. In fact, this is the one I suggest everyone attempt if you haven't completed the challenge yet. This method involves the Infected game mode. As it stands currently, you have either the Rack 9 or the S-Ravage shotgun in Infected. Of course, they're talking about adding new weapons to Infected sooner or later, but I assume these shotguns will always be an option still. So once an Infected match starts, you have a 15-second window of opportunity before the first Infected player gets chosen. Use this time to fire off your shells down to 1. Provided you don't get chosen to be the Infected player, you're now on easy street to completing this challenge. Not only do you not have a full squad out to kill you, after the first player Infected gets a kill, all your enemies will be only equipped with a knife, making this much easier. Don't forget that you're also equipped with a tactical grenade, which can help you stun your enemies for an even easier opportunity. One reason this method is so great is because you can actually stop your reload and still have it count. What I mean by this is, once you're down to 1 shot left and you get a kill, your shotgun will automatically attempt to reload in full. To stop this, press the fire button again immediately, or the triangle button. Either of these will stop the reload. If you're quick enough, you can stop it at 2 shots left, meaning you only have to fire off 1 shot before you're down to 1 left in the clip. This is much faster and easier than letting it reload all the way back to full and firing 7 rounds off. We couldn't do this in the prior hardcore method since we couldn't be 100% sure where it would stop at due to not being able to see the ammo count. So if you couple all these things together, this method makes for very fast and very easy success. Believe it or not though, there's actually an even easier method. This one is somewhat restricted, meaning not all players can do it. The reason for this is that it requires an epic pistol variant. I'm speaking of course of the Oni Kaiken. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, it almost looks like Goku's ability, the Kaioken. It may as well be called that since it's an absolute beast. This turns the normally fully automatic pistol into a one-shot kill up to incredibly long ranges. What this means for this particular challenge is that you only need to get 3 kills in a row. That's it. The Oni Kaiken has only 1 bullet in a magazine, meaning that every bullet is the last bullet. 3 kills in a row and you're set. It doesn't get much simpler than that. And you can do it in any game mode you wish. There's no need to play hardcore or infected. You can do it anywhere you want. Again though, the only problem is that it's an epic variant. On the bright side, it's an absolute beast, and it's definitely worth the salvage if you want to spend it. Also, if you have a friend who has this weapon, you can let them die while holding it so you can pick it up and attempt your 3 kill streak with it. And that, as they say, is that. I assume a majority of people have been trying to complete this challenge in hardcore, as that may seem to be the easiest route to go. However, as I covered in this video, the infected method as well as the Oni Kaiken method are way easier to pull off. If you're lucky enough to own the Kaiken, you'll be able to complete this challenge in no time flat with a simple 3 kill streak. If I had to recommend just one method, I'd say the infected route is the way to go. Being able to shoot your way down to 1 shell before the match technically even starts gives you a great head start. The fact that you can also more or less reload cancel and stop the gun from fully reloading also speeds the process up dramatically. Couple in that your enemies don't have actual guns to shoot back at you, you should be walking on easy street. You don't have to be the last samurai to complete this challenge. You just have to have the last shot.